Well, good morning, everyone. And how are you? And once again, welcome to another live this morning. We sure appreciate you guys. We love it when you can join us live. Of course, these are turned into podcasts, and folks that can't get on with us live will tune in later on the Doctors in podcast. There's Brahim drinking coffee in Portland, Oregon, saying hello, and Andrea from Niagara Falls. And let's see if Michael makes it here. Sandy in that Trinity this morning, right at the top. And Nick, how are you from our staff? And Rain Cloud from Michigan, how are you? And Faye, how are you? And Madeleine, Kipawaki back. Wendy from Markham. All dear friends of the program. Rosalinda, Niagara Falls. Faye from PEI. Donna from Park Hill. Cindy. And Diane from LaSalle. Good morning to you guys. Fran, how are you, Fran? I bet you there's snow in Orangeville. Marianne, how are you? Rita. Francis Marie, John, there he is, our friend from Elgin, Illinois. Jeanette from Kapuskasing. Deb is saying it's freezing. Mary and Anne, good morning. Darlene, how are you? Keith, cold. Patricia, how are you? Sylvie, North Bay, good morning. Linda, how are you? Beverly, New Brunswick, good morning. Linda, minus 39. Holy smokes. And Brahim says it's warm in Portland. Suzanne, Patricia from Florida. Sandy from Chilliwack, British Columbia. Cecilia from Shedziak, Nouveau Brunswick. Catherine, Newfoundland. Marnie, how are you? And Mary, lots of snow. Noeline, New Brunswick. Rosa, Montreal, and I think they really got a good snowstorm too. Brandon, Linda, St. Jude, Quebec. And Fran, Norma, Texas. Laurie, Cambridge. Donna, Newfoundland. We love you guys. Thanks so much for coming on. Rose, how are you? Darlene and Pam from Cochrane. Francis, Vaughn, Cheryl, West Virginia. Donna, Belleward. Gary, Bolton, how are you? And Georgie, Halifax, Nova Scotia. Bev, minus 37. Guys, I'm going to tell you, Anne, how are you? Serpa, I was waiting for you. Deb from Motown. Alan, Manitoba. Edith, okay, couple of more. I was just reading this morning, guys, where Heather, Miramichi, and Sandy, yay for the three Sandys. Yeah, you're right. Sharon, Frigid, Nebraska. IT, Unionville. Judy. Denise, how are you from London? We appreciate it. You know that we're almost up to 24,000 guys. And Mara, how are you? Rosalinda from the Kidneys of Canada. Is the water frozen going over Niagara this morning? I don't think so. Rosemary. 24,000 in our private Facebook group. Thank you, guys. We appreciate that. Thank you for that group. Wonderful. Big audience there. That was just with our private Facebook group, but we sure appreciate that. Okay? And now, I got so many studies that I want to bring to you, okay, one of them I got to do because this was in the news talking about the flu shot. Okay, and getting the flu shot. I guess there's a lot of flu going around. Okay, what's new? It always does, right? Like when you got your dark months, guys. I mean, it always correlates with dark months, right? So November, December, January, February, and then in March, we'll start to come out of it. But those are dark months. I remember when I had my radio show, I used to talk about, look, guys, I mean, I wouldn't tell people get a flu shot or not. Hey, that's up to you. Okay? I just give out information. Here's what I recommended in my office, the natural flu shot. Here's what I recommend as a natural flu shot. And I just want to bring it out because there was, I don't know, I saw it yesterday that they're recommending the flu shot. And I don't know, they never seem to get it right as far as I'm concerned, but I'll tell you what getting it right is. We put out a newsletter this morning, email on the importance of vitamin D again. Here we go again, vitamin D. Guys, you got to start the natural flu shot with vitamin D. Okay, so I'm taking about 10,000 IUs a day. And if I feel a bug coming on, you guys know about the hammer. I never invented the hammer, by the way. The vitamin D hammer, as far as I know, was invented or at least brought out into the, I was going to say the field of natural medicine, was by Dr. Zoltan Rona. And he recommended 50,000 IUs 3 days in a row. He actually did it for 7 days for those people with bacterial pneumonia. But 3 days is the hammer. 50,000 IUs. I've done it. And what we recommend in that email this morning is getting your vitamin D levels checked, your dehydroxy. Get it done once a year. It's worth the investment if your doctor won't do it. Medicine, don't wait, guys, for medicine to catch up to what you know. Okay? Don't wait. You do it. Okay? You do it. Take charge of your body. You do it. Okay. Vitamin D, probiotics. Guys, study after study shows that a broad spectrum probiotic. I read an article recently on the importance of lactobacillus and how it energizes your T cells. Well, one thing we know about T cells, which are your Navy SEALs of your immune system, they're your fighters. They're the first responders, the Navy SEALs. You need vitamin D, otherwise they don't work properly. 2, okay? You need probiotics. You don't want to have dysbiosis. You don't want to have more bad guys than good guys. You want that ecosystem to be balanced. Thirdly, lay off the sugar. That's part of a flu shot. I'll tell you why. And we've known this for many, many, many years. You want to put your immune system to sleep? Sugar. Your white blood cells, and especially your T cells, are going to have a siesta when they should be out fighting. So cut out the sugar as much as possible. It's part of the flu shot. Of course, it's good to cut it out anyway. Isn't it? Of course it is. And oil of oregano. Oil of oregano, very important for your immune system. Antiviral, antibacterial, antifungal. Give yourself that big oil of oregano shot at the first sign that you got a bug coming on. I'm telling you, fantastic. Using it for years and years and years. Okay, so that's sort of the natural flu shot. Make sure you're taking vitamin D. I even put in the old days, I would tell people about taking B12. B12 is good for everything, guys. B12 is good for your immune system. Eat red meat. Okay. Now, let me just see. Do I want to do 8 ways to help your heart? I sort of wrote out 8 things this morning because I was just thinking about it. Okay. Well, let's do this one. A study, okay, shows that beef, yay. Lamb, yay. Okay. Dairy, don't ditch dairy, guys. Don't ditch it. Okay? I don't want you drinking milk either, unless you got a cow in the backyard. But dairy's good for you guys. And this is a study showing it contains a long-chain fatty acid. Well, we know that. But this is a new one that's, I've seen it before, but I can hardly pronounce it. Transvasinic acid. Like, you know that there's, in the animal kingdom, guys, you have omegas, okay? And nuts and seed have omegas too. But the best ones are EPA and DHA. The long-chain fatty acid, but they found another long-chain fatty acid. It's called transvasinic, VACCENIC, okay, acid. And it helped, listen to this, okay, new study, hot off the press. This transvasinic, I think I'm saying it right, acid, found in dairy, found in beef, found in lamb, okay, helps T cells, okay? Remember, you know what T cells are. They're your Navy SEALs of your white blood cells. They fight cancer. They fight cancer. And listen to this, okay? Helps, so beef, lamb, and dairy contain a long-chain fatty acid. I'm reading the headline. Fatty acid called transvasinic acid, and it helps T cells kill cancer. Hello? They always say, if you want to reduce cancer, lower your consumption of red meat. And I get a migraine when I hear that. My blood pressure is going up. I've been pushing back against that nonsense and stupidity. Here's another one. Red meat is acidic. No, it's not. No, it's not. Your body has a buffering system. Your body will turn red meat into alkaline. If there's anything acidic, my friend, it's sugar. There's nothing in sugar that's good for you. Do you understand me? I'll get there in a minute, but let's get back to red meat. Lamb, okay? Beef. I love beef. Right? I love beef. Okay? And it is a cancer fighter. So is dairy. Don't avoid dairy. Switch. Don't drink milk. Have some cream. Have some butter. Okay? You like plain yogurt or Greek yogurt? Go for it. I got no problem with that. Guys, it contains an acid that, just seeing if my microphone's on. How come that's not on? Hold on. There. It contains a fatty acid that stimulates your T cells. So when you see, or when you read, or when you hear people telling you to avoid red meat, run, Forrest, run. Run away. They don't know what they're talking about. And they love it because most people agree with them. Because they don't think past their nose. And I've been pushing back against that. You know, the pH, and it's acidic. Yeah, but it doesn't stay acidic. It's like a tomato. Don't have tomatoes. They're part of the night vegetables. You know how many times I screamed against that? What? Well, yeah, but they're acidic. They're hard on your joints. No, they're not. Who told you that? They're full of lycopene. Okay? You like tomatoes? Your body turns that acid into alkaline. Your body's got baking soda. It alkalizes it. I can't stand it. It drives me mental. Okay. How do you like that, guys? What did I say yesterday? For those who were on with us yesterday, what did I say? Cancer hates steak. It hates it. Can't feed on it. And besides, your T cells, your immune system, your Navy SEALs, they love steak. I've always said it, guys. And we've been BS'd. We've been lied to. For years and years, guys, for 50 years, we've been lied to. You know? They want to get rid of the cows. They want us to eat crickets. I never seen anything as stupid in the whole world as that. The most nutrient-dense food. Okay. Somebody was asking me the other day, don't we need a little bit of sugar? Yeah, but your body will take steak and turn it into glucose. You don't want to take in glucose because it's an anti-nutrient. Okay? Your body needs to leach from your bones when you eat sugar. You need all sorts of B vitamins just to be able to deal with sugar. Copper, iron, zinc, phosphorus. It's an anti-nutrient, sugar. There's nothing, look, in nature it's fine. Okay? In nature it's fine. In nature you got fructose. Okay, I got no problem with that. You have an orange, eat an orange. You got an apple, you can have an apple a day. Apple a day don't keep the doctor away though. That's not true. I'm not saying it's no good for you. I'm just telling you it won't keep the doctor away. A steak a day will keep the doctor away. Because it's so full of nutrients. You know, like apple, yeah, it's got some vitamin C. Well, yeah, okay. I'm not saying it's no good for you. I'm just telling you, it's not as good for you. It don't stimulate your immune system like a piece of meat will. It's not nutrient dense. You're not meant to live on fruits and vegetables. You're just not meant to. I'm sorry. Your body wasn't built for that. Okay. People live on, they live on the wrong things. And they wonder why their immune system doesn't work. They live on, they get up in the morning and they have cereal. Oh, I gotta have my fiber. Don't I, Doc? No, you don't have to have your fiber. Highly overrated. Have bacon and eggs. Like we ate 100 years ago. Go back to that. Have sausage and eggs. Have steak and eggs. My grandma used to like making steak and eggs. Hey guys, that's the best food you can eat. By far. Eggs, meat, and cheese. Okay. Let's see. That was a study done on beef, lamb, and dairy. That was interesting, isn't it? Okay. Let me just see. We talked about the natural flu shot. Cut that out. Okay. Why don't we spend a few minutes? Oh, I mentioned this yesterday, but I really didn't bring it out. A new study on dementia, which is a big thing today, okay? Like dementia, Alzheimer's is a form of dementia, okay? Small vessel disease is a form of dementia. Parkinson's is a form of dementia. And they're all out of, they're on steroids today. There's so much of it. And I get it. We live maybe a little longer, but we're not any healthier. But this is a big, big concern. And I talk about this all the time. And here's a new one. Well, it's not new, but this is reinforcing what I have said for a long time. And I mentioned this yesterday because we were talking about something else. Dementia, here's the headline. Dementia linked to statins. Okay? Statins. Cholesterol lowering medication. Now, guys, we've done a lot of talk on Alzheimer's being type 3 diabetes. It's diabetes of the brain. You might not have diabetes anywhere else that you know of, but you got diabetes of the brain. You got insulin resistance of the brain. Your brain is floating in an ocean of the wrong fuel. It's people who are not eating enough eggs, meat, and dairy, cheese, butter. Okay, they don't eat enough of it, and they live on carbs. And their brain is swimming in the wrong fuel. We've talked about that 1,000 times. Type 3 diabetes. Got away from it, even though in 2005, on my radio show, I had several weeks of that topic. Alzheimer's is type 3 diabetes. And here we are, 20 years later, and they haven't changed their diet. Don't wait, guys, for the rest of the world to catch up to what you know. Don't wait for that. You know it's true. Don't wait. I hear you guys, and I'm very sympathetic, by the way. I would like to get my doctor on board. Well, good luck. Your doctor's not going to tell you how to eat. They don't know anything about nutrition. Why don't you go to your plumber for nutritional advice? You'd probably get better advice. Okay? I hate to say it, but I know it to be true because they just don't know much about nutrition. They'll have you cutting back on red meat, and you need more fiber, and you better, live on fruits and vegetables, and you need grains, and, you need grains. No, you don't. You don't need grains. Now, I'm not telling anybody never to have grains. I don't do that. But you don't live on them. Don't live on that stuff. That's not what your body requires. Your biggest portion of your food got to come from the animal kingdom. Do you got me? You live in the animal kingdom. And you want to have Rosie's bread once in a while? Okay. I'm not going to have a conniption. But, okay, I'm over there because I went down a rabbit trail. But this is the headline. Dementia linked to statins. The whole cholesterol thing is exploding. The whole cholesterol thing is coming apart at the seams. Now, don't wait, like I said. Don't hold your breath, and don't wait till doctors say, oh, by the way, cholesterol is good for you. Don't wait for that. I'm 73 years old, and I've been preaching that for 50 years, but I'm not holding my breath. One day they're going to say it. Medicine's going to all get on board, your doctor and cardiologist and whatever. There's a lot of people saying it, but don't wait for mainstream to jump on board. Dementia is linked to statins. Makes sense. I know you hear wood up there, okay? Hear that? I know you think that's wood, but it's actually fat in there. Fathead. Take it as a compliment. The more fat you got in your head, the better your head works. Fathead. You've always wanted to call me fathead, haven't you? No, but seriously, guys, now they're real. Why do you want to lower cholesterol? It hasn't even made a dent in heart disease, and it's going to lead to what? Dementia. Another form of it. And Alzheimer's. Your brain is made up of cholesterol and DHA. Why would you want to lower that? Why would you want to lower it? If it only, okay, I would buy it, guys. If it saved you from a heart attack, but it hasn't saved one person from a heart attack. It hasn't. Imagine that. And it's still the number one selling medication of all time. But don't wait, guys. I mean it. Don't wait. Don't wait for mainstream medicine to tell you to take a natural flu shot. Don't wait for that. Not going to happen. Don't wait for mainstream medicine to tell you to eat red meat because it's good for you. Don't wait for that. Don't wait for a mainstream medicine to tell you that, you know what? We repent. We were wrong on cholesterol. Don't wait for that. The powers to be. Okay? Now, let me be political just for a second. We got Kennedy coming in. Okay? In the United States. The head of NIH. Now, maybe that'll help a bit. I don't know. I'm not holding my breath either for that. I like it because he thinks outside of the box. Now, a lot of people don't like him, but that's not on, because he went against vaccines, and he was just saying people get injured by them. All I'm saying is, Don't hold your breath, guys. There's no knight in white armor that's going to ride in on a white horse to fix our system. I really don't believe it. If it happens, I'll be a happy puppy, but I can't see it. There's too much power to be. There's too much power in the pharmaceutical. They own every politician just about. And, it's hard to go against that stuff. So I tell people, don't wait. Don't wait. You do it. God gave you a brain. Use it. Just how did we eat 100 years ago? Did we consume 200 pounds of sugar? And by the way, we changed the sugar. I know we used to eat bread. We didn't live on it, but we used to eat it. For sure, but the bread has changed. Now it's a fast food. Almost all the nutrients are out of it. The flour has changed. The sugar has changed. We got high fructose corn syrup. That's a synthetic, artificial, and then everything in the middle aisles of your grocery store, we changed the oil. We went from oil that belongs in your car, not olive oil and not butter and coconut oil. And no, they want those seed oils. Drives me mental. Lies, lies, and more lies. But that's why we have this program, guys. I used to tell my patients, I'm an educator. Doctor means teacher. I want to take you as an individual. I want to take you as an individual, and I want to teach you. You got to give me 30 days of your life. That's 1 month. Give it to me. Trust me. Try me for 30 days. Try my methods for 30 days. I'm a food guy. I want you to trust me for 30 days. Are you ready to do that? And some people weren't. Nope. I can't change. Well, if you can't change, I can't help you. What you're doing right now is not working. You're on the Titanic. I want you to come off of it. I want you to change course. I want you to get away from you're going to hit an iceberg, or you've already hit an iceberg. But there's still help. There's still hope. You know how? Jump into the lifeboat. You came to see me. Give me 30 days of your life. I am going to start with food. I'm going to fix your deficiencies too. Okay? So often in my office, because we tested for it, I put them on B12 or vitamin D, probiotics. Okay? And I said, look, now you're going to eat the way I want you to eat. Oh, doc, I'm going to have a heart attack. My cholesterol's going to go through the roof because you're telling me to eat eggs, meat, and cheese. Yeah. I'm going to prove it to you. I'm going to show you your test results when you come back. Tens of thousands of people, 100,000 of people in 50 years. They know what I'm talking about. But you got to trust. You got to trust me for 30 days. Give me your life for 30 days. If I haven't convinced you after 30 days, well, you gave me 30 days. Anywho, I double down, I triple down on this stuff because it works. I've seen it, and that's why I'm so dogmatic, guys. I know you guys. I know I sound like a broken record, but I mean it. I'm telling you. Okay. Hey, we put out an email this morning we're going to have a Q&A. We do it Fridays, but we're going to have a Q&A on a webinar. I think it's next Monday night. You can sign up for it, okay? Sign up for that webinar. Someone tell me how to do it. Don't ask me how to sign up, okay? But we want you to sign up for that. And guess what? The brains of the operation, my son, Dr. Tony Martin Jr., okay? Junior and senior will be answering your questions, okay? He stays in the background, but he's really the brains, guys, okay? My son, he's very smart. He's like his mother. I mean it, okay? Okay, guys, so sign up for that. That's next Monday night. What's the date? I don't know. I don't have a calendar in front of me, okay? But I'll remind you the rest of the week, okay? Judy, you have already signed up. You're a smart girl. Okay, we appreciate that. Anybody else? Anne says she'll be in Mexico. Good for you. Okay. Anyway, you guys can sign up for that. Clicking on the email, Dave says. Okay. You got the email? If you don't get our email, go to martinclinic.com and sign up for our emails. Okay. martinclinic.com. Send your questions in for Friday too at info@martinclinic.com. Okay. Love you guys. Talk to you soon.